Welcome to Bringing Families Home, Managing Your Credit. You want to purchase a home, but you know that your credit is not in the best condition. This tutorial will show you how to pay attention to your credit and to make corrections to your credit report. Your credit is important to you. It contains information about where you live, how timely you are about paying your bills, and whether you have filed bankruptcy. Your credit can affect your ability to get a job, and it can determine whether you qualify for a loan. The three main credit reporting agencies, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, compile and report information sent to them by your creditors. The information is used to determine the level of risk your creditors are taking when they offer you a loan. The result is a credit score, frequently called a FICO score. Credit scores are typically between 300 to 850, with 850 being the best score. When you have a low credit score, you may not qualify for a home loan, and if you do qualify, a low credit score could increase the cost of your loan. The question you ask yourself is, what can I do about my credit so I can purchase a home? You can get a free copy of your credit report once every 12 months from the three nationwide credit reporting agencies by going to annualcreditreport.com, or by making a phone call, or by sending a request through the mail. Your credit is protected through the Federal Fair Credit Reporting Act, which promotes accuracy, fairness, and privacy of information in the files of the consumer reporting agencies. You can learn more about your rights by going to consumerfinance.gov. Learn more. The next few slides will give a quick synopsis of a few of your rights relating to your credit. You have the right to be told if any information in your report negatively impacts you. You have the right to know what is in your file. You have the right to know your credit score. You may request a credit score from the credit reporting agencies, but you will often have to pay for it. In some mortgage transactions, you may receive a credit score from the mortgage lender. If you dispute inaccurate information in your credit report, the agency must investigate your dispute. Information found to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unverifiable must be corrected or deleted from your record within 30 days. Agencies may not report negative information that is more than 7 years old and bankruptcies that are more than 10 years old. The credit reporting agency cannot give your credit information to just anyone who asks. They may only provide information about you to those with a valid need, such as a creditor, insurer, employer, landlord, or other business. You must give your consent before an agency can give your credit information to an employer. It's easy to get your personal credit report online. Go to annualcreditreport.com and click the red button that says Request Your Free Credit Reports. You will be directed to input your information. Select the reports you want and request and review your reports online. The free credit report will not give you a credit score. If you want to purchase your score at this site, it's a little more complicated and will require a charge to your credit card. Once you get your credit report, and if you purchase your score, you may see that you need to improve your credit. Credit repair agencies will advertise that they can increase your credit score, and this may be true. But you can take the same actions and make the same improvements in the same amount of time, saving yourself the expense. We will show you how. Let's highlight some items that negatively impact your credit score. Late payments will definitely cause your scores to drop. If you are close to your credit limits, your score will decrease. If you have never used credit, your credit score will be low. Have you applied for new credit recently? If so, your credit score will take a hit. Having too many credit accounts can affect your credit negatively. And we don't want to forget any past due accounts or accounts that have been sent to collections. Improving your score significantly can take time, but it certainly can be done. Focus on paying your bills on time and paying down outstanding balances to about 30% of your maximum limit. If you have never applied for credit, you may wish to do so, keeping your balances low and making your payments on time. However, if you already have monthly financial accounts, resist the urge to create new debt. And to improve your credit rating, you will need to remedy any accounts that are overdue or have been sent to collections. It will take time for your credit score to improve, but making a habit of these behaviors will make a difference in your credit. Past due accounts and accounts that have been sent to collections may be negative blips on your credit that are reported correctly. Recent collections need to be managed if your credit rating is to improve, remembering that old items fall off every 7 years, and it may be better to allow those ancient items to run their course. For newer collections, your immediate reaction may be to jump up and pay off the past due amount. However, before doing so, get a letter from the creditor or collections company stating that they will have the information removed from your credit report. Without that letter, you have no leverage. And once you have paid your bills, those companies have no incentive to remove the item from your credit. Now let's talk about the actions you can take to improve your credit. First, order your credit reports and examine them carefully. If you find errors, dispute the errors and keep copies of all forms, letters, and documentation that you send to the credit bureaus, along with the dates you sent the information. If you find negative but true information, you can take steps to correct the patterns that increase the blips on your reports. Your Essex Mortgage loan officer can help you determine if there are actions you can take that will improve your credit score quickly. In the case of this borrower, there were 3 action items that will increase his credit score. The borrower must take the action, then wait a month for the action to be reported to the credit reporting agencies. You may need to dispute items on your credit report. Begin by ordering your credit report from each credit reporting agency and carefully examining each item on each report. Next, dispute the inaccurate items online, which is the easiest way, or by mail. We will first describe how to manage your dispute by mail by writing a dispute letter to each credit reporting agency that reports the disputable information: TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. Here is a sample dispute letter. Address the dispute letter to the appropriate credit reporting agency. Send your letter by certified mail. Return receipt requested to document that the credit reporting company received it. Remember to include copies of the applicable enclosures and save copies for your files. Using the sample dispute letter provided, include your name and address and a copy of the credit report in question, clearly identifying each item that you are disputing. Explain the facts and why you believe the information was incorrectly reported. Provide backup for your opinions with copies, and send the entire package to the address provided for each credit reporting agency. Request that the disputed items be removed from your credit report. Send the same package to the person, company, or organization that provided the information to the credit reporting agency. If the provider listed an address on your credit report, send your package to that address. If no address is listed, send the letter to any business address for that provider. The credit reporting agency will send an inquiry to your creditor regarding the disputed items. It is up to the creditor to respond promptly. The credit reporting agency has 30 days to investigate the dispute and must send you written results of the investigation promptly once the investigation is complete. You will receive a free credit report if changes are made to your report. Disputed items cannot go back on your report unless subsequent accurate information is provided by your creditor. Once your credit report is corrected, you can request that notices of corrections be sent to anyone who received your credit report in the previous 6 months. You may be surprised to learn that all of your creditors do not show up on your credit report. This is because all companies do not report your credit. When you have correctly reported negative information on your report, the passage of time will correct it. Items will drop off your credit every 7 years, except bankruptcies, which will take 10 years. We talked about the written method to dispute an error on your credit report. An easier way to dispute your credit is by going online to each of the credit reporting agencies. The online method reduces the time for submitting the dispute. You will be able to create your own username and password for each agency. On the Equifax website, click Initiate or Check Status of an Online Dispute to begin your dispute. Have the recently ordered credit report from annualcreditreport.com close at hand. You will need to enter the credit report number. If the same information is listed on all 3 credit reports, dispute the item or items on all 3 agencies. At transunion.com, select the Credit Disputes tab at the top of the page. At Experian.com, select the Personal tab Then choose Dispute Your Credit Report online. There are so many reasons to manage your credit. Whether you are applying for a new job, have your eye on a new car, or are thinking of purchasing a home, your credit is important. Talk with your Essex Mortgage loan officer to find out how to manage your credit towards your next home purchase. Your loan officer can run what-if scenarios so you will know what act you need to take to improve your credit immediately, and will help you evaluate the steps you need to improve your credit over time. Who knows, you may be ready to purchase that new home earlier than you expected. At Essex Mortgage, we are bringing families home. Call your Essex Mortgage loan officer today to get started.